What's up, guys, and welcome back to my garage. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. If you haven't already, it would be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we fitted new brakes, suspension, wheels, and a body kit to the E36 to try to make it look a little bit more like an M3. But today, we need to make it perform a little bit more like an M3 and also ditch this light gray interior. But before we go driving all the way out to the upholstery shop, I want to have a look through the catalog because occasionally it'll have the interior color that you're looking for. Unless you're trying to get like red or blue or maybe even green, right? Something a bit more wild. This will typically have brown or black or maybe even a gray. And it looks like this might be a really dark gray or black. I'm gonna get the rear seats. Pretty inexpensive, and it'll show us pretty clearly, oh yeah, what color this interior is. That looks black to me, and that's precisely the look that I'm going for with this now kind of an M3, but also not an M3. It's a fake M3. I'm okay with admitting that, but we're gonna come back to the interior. I want to have a look through the catalog again to see what sort of engine like upgrade components we could really purchase, because it didn't really seem like there were too many options when I was kind of going over this before. So we've got pistons, we've got ignition, injectors, and a lightweight flywheel, and a racing clutch, and a paintable fan. Why paintable fan? Why not get rid of the clutch fan entirely and get like an E fan setup or something? I guess it's not really that important. Oh, I almost forgot. This video is brought to you by It's Not. I just haven't finished it yet. We're gonna get a racing clutch, a lightweight flywheel. We're gonna need, what, 6 injectors, just one of the ignition things, and 6 high horsepower pistons. That's unfortunately all the upgrades that we have for this particular engine, but I'm planning on doing another E36 build that's a little bit more ratted out, right? We kind of talked about that a little bit in the previous episode. I don't know if I want to get the hatch version or if we should get the drop top, the convertible. I guess we'll see, right? Time will tell. So what we need to do now is, you know what? Actually, we could probably do a lot of this with the engine in the car, but it's also pretty easy to just take the engine out and put it on the stand. So I think we'll go that route. We'll do it the proper way. And just like that, the engine is out of the vehicle once again. We're going to put it on this table before we mount it to the engine stand over there, just so that way we can a little bit more easily remove this clutch here. Just got one more bolt there and one up top. That should be the pressure plate. So with the upgraded clutch, I don't think it gave us a new pressure plate. So we're basically going to be taking this sucker and replacing the flywheel and the clutch plate itself. But the pressure plate is obviously going to remain the same. So out with the old, in with the new. Another thing real quick, I didn't really realize, or maybe I did realize, I could have swore that we changed this for sure, like a long time ago. But I didn't realize that the fuel line was so shot as well, so I made sure to just buy 2 new ones of those. I feel like we definitely did replace the battery terminals, so I'm wondering if there's maybe some other issue under here that's making it go bad. Oh, well, this axle needs replaced. Okay, we'll have to tackle that today too. I was thinking this was going to be a pretty quick and easy job, but it's kind of looking like we have a bit more than I originally thought. So we'll get our new flywheel up here. Toss our new lightweight clutch plate on there, and then we just have to put the pressure plate on top of it. We can get this thing moved over to the engine stand and start working on the pistons probably next. All 6 pistons have been successfully swapped over, so we need to move on to the ignition side of things now. Just take that little cover off of there, and then these should just sort of fall out after we loosen these 2 bolts on the back. Whole thing just pops right off. Easy. I'm going to put this on the table with all the other junk. We're going to have to take all of this stuff to Scapegoat as well, so we can try to get a little bit of money back. We only have $6,500 now, but we also need to keep in mind that we still have an additional truck out front. I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to see it from in here. That guy right there with the flatbed on the back. We can still kind of work on it a little bit, maybe just do a quick rust repair. We'll try to make a little bit of money off of it. But we need our spark plug socket, even though these aren't spark plugs. They are injectors. But we've got to get them all loosened up. And then we just pop them all out by hand. Or wait, can we put them in our... No, we can't put them in our backpack straight up. You gotta put them onto the floor first, unfortunately. And then we've got our brand spanking new ones that have a little bit better color to them. They're kind of like a reddish orange. Looks like high horsepower, does it not? So we just have to get all these, again, fit in by hand. And then we can... Oh, no, it's stuck in the engine. Oh, no. Hang on. Oh, it's on the back. We're good. We're good. But then we can grab our spark plug socket, get them all tightened, get our fuel rail put back on, get that little cover put back on. Or wait, no. We're going to have to do this first. I'm just going to stop talking. I'm just going to stop talking, and we're just going to do. We're just going to do the stuff. I'm remembering now that there are high horsepower spark plugs as well. Hey, bud.
Or is it the afternoon already?
I
don't bloody know anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell. I think it's the afternoon. I'm not really sure. But we've got these right here that should give us a little bit more horsepower. I gotta show you guys something too. I was planning on just keeping these few spark plugs that we have, because at first glance, you know, they all look relatively good still, except for this one. Look at the super charred tip on it. I don't think that we've ever seen this before, but apparently the spark plugs do look bad. I know that they go bad, but I wasn't sure that there was like any sort of visual to go along with that. But as it turns out, there is. So I'll be keeping these 5. That other one, though, we did just have to get rid of, unfortunately. But we've got the high horsepower plugs in, high horsepower injectors. So now we just need our fuel rail to go on top there, just 2 bolts. And now we can pop on our ignition coils, make sure everything plugged in okay. That looks pretty good to me. 2 more bolts around the back. And then the very last thing that we need to do is put this nice little BMW looking cover on top of the valve cover there. Beautiful. Okay, I think that's everything, isn't it? We've got the clutch done. We've got the ignition system done. We added some spark plugs, but I think that's all she wrote. While we've still got this thing in the air, we're going to go ahead and slip in a new half shaft here, or axle, whatever you want to call it. And again, dude, I'm just noticing more and more things that are wrong with this vehicle. We've got like these little brake cables that go from the handbrake to the rear calipers. And I'm guessing that we have to disconnect that from the handbrake itself, because I don't see any bolts or nuts around the back here. But let's get this wheel and everything reassembled, get the brakes put back on here, and we'll check that out once it's lowered back down to the ground. I'm not seeing any way to disconnect that from the handbrake itself, so there's gotta be some bolts. Oh, it's right there. Unbelievable. Okay, we've got the one on that side. There should be another just over here as well. And then that whole thing will just pop right on out of there. Beautiful. Okay, now that we've got that taken care of, we can just pop in our new one. And then I kind of want to take this out and just see how much power it has first, before we go through all the trouble of, oh no, I'm trapped in the vehicle. Before we go through all the trouble of changing out the interior. This is not good. And the e-brake doesn't work because the cables aren't tightened yet. Okay, does the seat fold forward? Maybe we have to drop our wrench. Okay, we got it in the bag. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's great. I'm having the best time. Please, can I get out of... Wait, unstuck. What am I doing? It was that easy. It was that easy all along. Alrighty then. Where were we? Right. Out for a rip, bud. We just need to get her fired up. Okay, relax, dude. My finger wasn't even on the throttle. She sounds sporty. She sounds real sporty. Hang on, we need lights too, so we can actually see something. Yep, that did it. Okay, I didn't save. So give me just a quick second here before we smash this thing into a million pieces. Wouldn't that just be the best? We've got absolutely no daylight to work with. E-brake is working better. Still can't really do second gear skids though. Maybe we just need to build a little bit more speed. There we go. Now see, but it bogs down again. Let's try first. Let me get one good figure eight around here. E-brake. Kind of sketchy. It's also really difficult to do with keyboard and mouse. I would imagine it's quite a bit easier with a controller. Not too bad though. Not too bad. I wouldn't say that the sound has changed much after making it more of an M, right? Sorry, what? Why did it? I forgot to put fluids in it, didn't I? Every time. Every time, dude, it's always something. It doesn't look bad, but then again, it's very dark. Don't we have a flashlight? Yeah, there we go. No, it honestly looks fine. Are we light on coolant? Yeah. Yeah, very. And then what about engine oil? We're fine there, which is surprising because we kind of had the whole bottom end apart. Why did it just die then? If everything's fine, it's not overheating. It's got plenty of fuel. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. It's fine. Oh, e-brake. It's not fine. It's not fine. It's down on power pretty bad. But why? I'm not doing that. That right there is not me. Let's just pull it back into the shop and try to figure out what the heck is going on. Yep, it just died again. Our cylinder head looked fine. Camshaft was all right. Timing chain seems good. Pistons and crankshaft and block all seem fine as well. So I don't know what's causing this thing to stall out like that, but I'm gonna top up the fluids, and maybe we just need to go to bed, right? It is pretty late after all.
The next morning.
Okay, fluids are officially good, but now we have some sort of problem with our suspension. It shouldn't be this floaty. I don't think. I mean, it's going up on two wheels sometimes, so we're gonna have to look into that as well. I don't know what's going on with this car all of a sudden, dude. It was great, and now it's like it's gonna flip over anytime you just try to turn it a little bit. I don't understand. I honestly don't understand this at all. All right, just to rule out as much as I possibly could, all of the fluids have been changed. So let's see if it does a little bit better this time around. We're gonna go back down to our big skid pad down here by the docks. We'll see how she does. Major frame droppage. What's going on, dude? We're at like 15 FPS. Hang on. Let's go cab view. Interior view claims we're at 90 FPS. That ain't what 90 FPS looks like, Chief. What is happening? 26 FPS. Why? Why? Maybe I just need, let me try to get away from the vehicle? Is the vehicle causing the problem here? No. No, it's getting worse the further we get away from the E36. I guess we won't be doing any skids in Old Girl for right now, at least. So we're going to move on to our interior. We did already purchase the rear seat, so we need to purchase, well, everything else. We've got all the old light gray interior now ripped out from the vehicle, and I was finally able to replace the window regulators. The old ones were so rusty to the point where I couldn't even see the bolts. I was completely unaware that there were 3 bolts holding that thing in. This side you can still see, but now that I've tightened this one, you can't even see the dang bolts. So I had to get like real up close and personal with this side. I don't know why either side is different, but before we start adding new interior back into this, I want to see what the roll cage would look like. And I also want to see if we could still somehow fit the back seat. So I'm not going to bolt that in. I'm just going to kind of leave it chilling there. Let's grab this one just for testing purposes. And we'll see if that will still work with a cage. It will. It does look kind of funny because it's sort of clipping through the upholstery there. I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it. This isn't like a weight reduction build or anything like that. Maybe the next one will be that way. Just trying to be like OEM plus with this one. That's kind of the goal. So we'll go ahead and properly, you know, mock up, install that roll cage. Then we can start getting everything else put inside here. Oh, wait. There was one more thing. I think I might have finally sorted that last little bit of paint that we were missing on the B-pillar, both sides, and then down here as well. Looks to be gray still. Ooh, I don't know. There we go. It's gonna let us paint that. We've got that side, and this one as well. How we looking? Still 4 stars. All right. Well, I think we're probably gonna have to just take this whole vehicle down to the actual paint booth, paint shop, and we'll just have them respray it for us. I've tried everything now officially at this point, and we're still not having any luck with it, but that's okay. We'll leave that to the professionals, right? I think it looks considerably better than it used to. Now, I know I said I was trying to do like an OEM plus type build with this one, but I had to add the half cage, and I resprayed it chrome just so that way it would kind of match our wheels. And then I also had to add the Hydro e-brake right here because more skids, right? Or at least that's the idea anyway. So let's hop on in, Old Girl, and we'll see if she performs better. Or I guess before we do that, let's check overall condition. Still 4 stars. Likely due to our paint. That's fine. That's fine. We're not going to worry about that. All I care about is if it does good skids and looks good doing it. I'm nervous to go back down to the docks because I kind of have a feeling that the frame rate is just going to plummet again. Not this time. What changed? Honestly, what changed? I think the only thing that's different about down here at the moment is Scapegoat is open. Otherwise, it's all the same, but let's try to see if we can do a couple of figure eights here. Try out our new Hydro e-brake. The Hydro doesn't lock up as much as I was hoping for. Okay, about clipped the rear end on that. That was a bit sketch. And then I do still want to try my controller out. See if that makes it any easier to drift. It's got good self-steer, though, when you're sideways. The car kind of, like, auto-corrects, which is good. Again, about destroyed the thing on that building. But yeah, let me switch to controller here right quick. We'll see if we have a little bit easier time. Still using auto clutch too. That might be something we could kind of get away with. Or do away with, I mean. Controller isn't that much easier. What's handbrake? Is it A? Yeah, gotta be. Okay. Yeah, maybe if we disable. That's not gone well. Maybe if we disabled the auto clutch, we'd have a little bit easier time drifting this thing around, but good thing I auto-saved, huh? I really don't want to have to repair the front end of this vehicle, but my God, does it look good. And on that note, I do think that's where we're gonna have to wind things down at for today. But once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.